Hello everyone, my name is Muzi Beats. Today I'm going to show you how I arrange my beats. There is no set way to do it, but this is how I do it, so if you're interested to learn, please watch. Disclaimer, I have no major placement and I only use this title because it ranked well SEO wise. Don't want to hear you guys say,
But no, you have no placements.
I know man, it's sad, but I know. If you want to know some more secrets that I used to make my beats sound more interesting through arrangements, then watch until the end and I'll show you. Or if you want, you can skip through the time bar and you can get to the parts that I'm talking about. Let me not waste too much of your time and let's just get right into it. Now, before we go any further, first of all, we have to understand what a bar is. Now, I've just googled the definition, what is a bar in music production, and it defines a bar as, in music theory, a bar or a measure is a single unit of time containing a specific number of beats played at a particular tempo. So basically, when we are arranging our beats in FL Studio or for rappers or for singers or whoever we're arranging them for, we're trying to arrange them that they have a specific number of bars so that they can rap or sing in. So from what I understood, if you're on single time 1 to 4, that is basically 4 bars. If you're on double time 1 to 8, that's 4 bars. So basically single time it's 1 to 4, that's 4 bars. 1 to 8 is 4 bars, and double time, because double time is single time multiplied by 2, if you understand what I'm saying. So at 122 here to here, that is 4 bars. So that's basically our intro, which I'll explain in a second. I hope that made sense. Yeah, like low-key it was confusing for me to get the first 2, but now that I understand it, it makes arranging beats so much easier. If you're in this video and you want to learn more about FL Studio and more about beat making, please don't forget to like and subscribe. On my way to 100 subscribers, so you subscribing could truly help me out. Okay, now that we've made our beat, most likely it looks the way my screen is looking right now. We have our loops and then we have our pattern where all our drums are, and it's not split at all. What I found to be easier is that we split the track. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna delete this off the playlist and I'm gonna go to pattern 1, which is right here. I'm gonna right click and I'm gonna choose split by channel. Now what this has done is that it split everything by an individual track, and what this allows us to do now is that it allows us to place everything in much more easier. So for example, this is the MIDI loop that was for this sample, for this loop pack right here. So I'm just gonna grab this 808 and place it right there, grab this hi-hat, place it right there, grab this clap. So now we basically have all sounds set up right here. I have my 808, my hi-hat, my clap, my open hat, my perk, my cowbell sound, and my kick. Now before we arrange that, we're gonna arrange the intro first. Now if you understood the basic concept I just explained about bars, this right here is our intro. Personally, I like to make my intro 4 bars. From here to here, this is 4 bars. And in my intro, I'm thinking I have this synth playing right here, this piano playing with it's been layered with a synth, a bass, and an accent. So for my intro, this is all that's going to be playing. So that's the intro right there. I'm thinking maybe just to add a little bit more spice to it, or a little bit more flavor, if you get what I mean, we can add a reverse symbol and it's gonna hit right here, and that is exactly what's going to lead from the intro to the hook. This reverse symbol is gonna be it's gonna signify to our listener that we're moving from the intro to the hook, or we're moving out of the hook to the intro. A lot of producers actually use this to signify that. So I'm just gonna press options. If you press options or alt, it bypasses all the snap to grid rules you have set there, and it allows you to actually set it up properly. So I'm just gonna reduce the volume of this completely, and this is what it's gonna sound like. And that's gonna lead into everything else that's playing here. Okay, we've sorted out our intro, now we have to come into our hook. First things we're actually gonna do is we're gonna press Command or Control left click, and we're just gonna highlight everything. We're gonna press Command or Control B, we're just gonna shift everything over to the other side. We're gonna delete the kick, because in my experience I've found that when you delete the kick and it comes in at the second part, it brings in like a new element to the song, and it just makes 808 hit much harder, and people who are listening will be like,
What was that?
like it makes it more interesting. Basically what I'm going to do is I am actually going to cut everything except for the 808, because the 808 has a part here where it goes crazy. We're just gonna grab the slice tool here, we're gonna zoom in, and then for me I'm gonna go 2 boxes and just gonna slice everything here. I'm gonna press Shift P to grab the pencil tool, everything except for the 808. And when the 808 hits hard and it goes crazy, it makes it sound much more special with everything not playing together. So I'm just gonna play it for you, just for you to hear what it sounds like. I hope you get what I mean. Like when we cut everything out and it's just the 808 playing with how it goes crazy at the end, like it's just a made 808, and since it was the only thing playing, and then the kick comes in at the second part, it's like when the kick comes in, it's like a new element is being added to the beat. So what I'm thinking we're gonna do is we're just gonna grab this reverse cymbal here, and we're gonna place it at the end of the hook, so that when we transition into the verse, it's still there playing. Now that we have our intro and we have our hook, I was thinking we could try sort out our verse now. First things first, let's just grab the synth and the guitar, and we just shift them over to the other side. And I did this by pressing command left, highlighting command and left click to highlight on the part that I want copied. I'm gonna press command or control B just to shift everything to the other side. I'm gonna grab this hi-hat, I'm gonna press shift left click, and then I'm just gonna shift it to the side here. I'm gonna grab this clap, I'm just gonna shift it here. Then I'm just gonna get this kick, shift that here too. And then lastly, I'm gonna get this 808, I'm gonna shift it here. But then the thing is, if we shift the 808 in the middle, some of the keys could end up being off key. So what we can do is we could just make sure that we go to the end of the 808 until this 2 here pops up, and it allows us to drag it halfway. We'll do the same here, and we'll just make sure we go to the end of the 808 until that 2 shows up, and then we'll just drag it halfway. And just like that, it's done. I'm gonna grab all the perk sounds, shift them over to the other side, what it sounds like transitioning into the verse. Now we've done the verse, what we can do is we can just arrange the entire beat now. So what I like to do personally is I'll press command left click, and I'll just highlight everything from the hook to the verse. I'll press command or control B to shift everything over to the other side. And now we have our hook goes into the verse, then we have our hook and that goes into the verse too. What I also like to do is I'll highlight the hook, and then I'll just shift it over to the other side to the end, and then I'll get one of these. So I'll get this guitar for example, I'll bring it down to the end here, I'll click on it. If you have the full version of FL Studio, you can just make it unique, but if you're using the trial version like me, you can just make unique as a sample, save the sample, and we just drag it down minus 1,200 cents. So this is what's gonna sound like when it transitions into the outro. Yeah, so I hope that was useful. I'm on my way to 100 subscribers, so if you could subscribe, that could truly help me out. Thank you very much for watching. Oh, and also, yeah, please, if you want to watch more videos concerning FL Studio, there'll be some just popping up right beside me, and you can check them out on my other tutorials. Thank you very much for watching.